He says your enemy.
Okay. Okay, we're going to get into that in a second. But your enemy, right? Somebody who you consider your enemy.
Right, don't rejoice.
I'm going to include Osama bin Laden in that.
He's not your enemy. He hasn't done anything to you.
Oh, come on. He's declared war on us. He wants an island. I put all these guys, Hitler, Saddam, all these guys, I put them in the same category. Okay? They want to kill the Jews. Okay? So they want to kill me. I'm a Jew. So on the downfall of your enemy, don't rejoice. Samuel used to go around and he used to give how do you say
admonition.
Yeah, he used to give people a hard time about it. He beat them up because people were not following that. That's according to this commentator on the right. On the right, on the left, look at this. Same thing. B'foliv chol al tismach pasuk hu b'mishlei. That this is a verse from Proverbs. Thank you. Ela sheshmuel hakatan hayuragil lahochichach b'nei adam b'midazu. But Shmuel took it a step farther. He used to take this and say to people, do not, it's not the Jewish thing, we do not rejoice in the downfall of your enemy. And he used to remind people all the time on this. And that's why the Mishnah quotes him. Why does it quote him? Because he's the guy who used to walk around and he used to rebuke people. And if he were alive today, he would say, don't rejoice. So when on that Sunday night when the news came out and I saw people celebrating both on TV and on Facebook mentioning it and celebrating, I was Shmuel HaKatan of our generation. I said, we do not rejoice over the downfall of your enemy. Okay? And if I'm a fake Torah scholar and a fool, then Shmuel HaKatan is a pretend Torah scholar and a fool, and I'm fine with being in company with one of the Tanaim of the Mishnah. Okay, so there's that. You got any response to that?
Yeah, I think it's clear that he's talking about your enemy, your personal enemy. He's not talking about
nobody.
Russia.
That is that's Parish HaPrager. Okay, go for it. Can I see if anybody's in the room?
The other point is he doesn't say the Torah says this. It says he says this. So he doesn't say the whole of the Jewish tradition is unanimous in this point.
Brandon's in the room. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I heard your Prager apologetics, where Prager pulls this thing out of his ass, and he says, "Oh, it's talking about your personal enemy. You know, it's like, you know, somebody you got into like a little bit of a squiggle with last week. Don't rejoice." And that's not at all what it's talking about. That's not what it's talking about. And nobody says that. If you believe that that's what that Mishnah is talking about, after I just brought you the commentary, you bring me commentary, legitimate commentary, because I am going to say that a Mishnah and its commentaries have more weight than a moronic talk show radio host who spews heresy.
Well, you guys can check out 2 different lectures by 2 different Orthodox rabbis on yutorah.org dealing with this very matter of can Jews rejoice in the death of the terrorist Osama bin Laden. And I would bring you...
Okay,
you said, can I bring... And I would say I'd bring the Rambam in Aval 110, and I'd bring the Shulchan Aruch.
Stop. I'm gonna read that to you. Okay, Shulchan Aruch. Yeah, this is Shulchan Aruch. Forget the Rambam. Go right to the Shulchan Aruch.
Great.
Okay, I saw your Shulchan Aruch.
Okay.
Because you sent it to me, and I said, great. It's talking about heretics. It's talking about Jewish heretics. That's the thing. You always say that nobody talks about Jewish heretics more than me, right? And I said, oh, the irony that this guy is now telling me, let's talk about Jewish heretics. I was cracking up. Let's read 345:5. Okay?
Great.
345:5. Let's learn it. Okay? That's not 5, by the way. That's a sub. It's here.
Okay.
It's called Haportion Midirchet Zibor. I don't want to go through the whole thing. It's a list of apikorsim. It's Jewish apikorsim we're talking about, okay?
People who deny God gave the Torah and deny that Jews are bound to
people that try to separate other Jews from their Father in the heavens.
Yes.
By getting them people who pervert the Torah by trying to water it down and make Judaism into something that it isn't, and then getting Jews to follow in their reform and conservative and in many ways much of modern orthodoxy, to get them to move away from Judaism and into stupidities. What does the Torah say about them? It says, what the hell, where did I lose it here? That's right down here. It says we don't ein misoivlin alehem, that we don't
mourn.
We do not mourn for heretics. Yeah. Chafetz Chaim says you're allowed to say lashon. It's never lashon hara to talk bad about them. Right. It's good. It's a mitzvah to point them out. It's a mitzvah, right? Ella achechem b'shar karuvehem, that their siblings and the rest of their close family, they're allowed to mourn. Lovshin levanim, that they wear white. Mastatafin levanim, and they mourn. Yeah, okay. And they eat and they drink. And they can rejoice.
Yes, rejoice in the death of a wicked person. Right here, Shulchan Aruch says you can rejoice in the death of a wicked person.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is haratzis to the nth degree. Only an haaretz, which is a, how do you say in English?
Ignorant.
Only a moron would try to make a connection between that halacha in Shulchan Aruch and the case of Osama bin Laden. Is Osama bin Laden a Jewish heretic?
No, but he's a wicked person.
Is Osama bin Laden a Jewish heretic? Would this halacha in any way whatsoever seem to include Osama bin Laden?
No, all it does...
No, just answer the question yes or no.
The halacha
answer the question
solely...
yes or no. Does this halacha include Osama bin Laden?
No.
No. It does not.
What it does is it knocks out anyone who says the Torah forbids us from rejoicing in the death of a wicked person.
Wrong. Wrong. And this is where you and your friends are so wrong, it's pathetic. What is the... Let's look at the... I wrote it down here. It's the Shach. Let's look at the Shach on Tess. You know who the Shach is? It's the Sifasei Cohen.
Rabbinic commentator.
He's the heavy-duty Shulchan Aruch Shach who we follow. Samechim. All sha'avdu soinav shel makam. That why? That died the enemy of God. Soinav. Soinav. Do you know what that means?
The enemy of
His
God.
Enemy.
Right.
Right?
And you don't think Osama bin Laden's God's enemy?
No, that is not.
Osama bin Laden's
that is
enemy.
not the lashon that we saw in the Mishnah. Shmuel Katan Omer binfal oivcha. Oivcha is your enemy. Over here, it's talking about soinav, which is his enemy, which is God's enemy.
And you don't think Osama's God's enemy?
I'm going to make my point right now.
Okay.
Osama bin Laden only had the ability and only cared to kill our bodies. All he can do is kill our bodies. And that's fine. That doesn't kill Torah. It doesn't hurt Judaism. He is not an enemy of God. He's an enemy of you because he can take your life away. But he's not going to hurt your world to come because he's not separating Jews from Torah and he's not perverting Torah. Osama bin Laden cannot affect the soul of a Jew the way a Jewish heretic can. A Jewish heretic can separate Jews from their father in Shemayim because a Jewish heretic perverts the Torah and causes Jews to move away from the Torah and separates them and removes them from the world to come. And based on that, I would say the morons who you quote often are a bigger danger than Osama bin Laden. That Osama bin Laden, on the worst thing he could ever do, it doesn't compare to some of the stupidities that spew out of the mouth of Dennis Prager.
So would you say Dennis Prager is a bigger enemy of the Jewish people than Adolf Hitler?
No, I did not say that. I said he's a bigger enemy of God.
Would you say Dennis Prager is a bigger enemy of God than Adolf Hitler?
Yes.
Okay.
Of God, not of the Jews.
Okay,
but of God.
But he's a bigger threat to the Jews because he cannot kill their bodies. He can only take their souls.
If people listen to him,
if people listen to him, then he's a bigger
threat.
Then he's a bigger threat to the Jews.